Amissa Minerva, Humano capiti, cervicem pictor equinum, jungere si velit et varias inducere plumas, undic collatis membris at terpiter atrum desinat in piscem, mulier formosa superne spectatum admissi risum teniatis amici. Horace is Ars Poetica. In ancient times, when bards without pretense knelt down to beauty and deferred descents, bright nature glowed in well-selected dress, and pleased us with a double loveliness. 'Twas then great Homer warmed the listening heart, and gentle Maro cheered the soul with art. Then Horace made the laws of writing known, and what he preached attended in his own, with each care reflected, and with wisdom taught, each turn of poesy and rule of thought. In various fashions various authors writ, yet none but strove for melody and wit. Dullness was eased, and worth sublimely graced, with even numbers and harmonious taste. Succeeding times an equal genius bore, yet the skilled bard attends the rules of yore. Unchanged they reign, though novel themes abound, their goal exalted and their spirit sound. Thus lofty Shakespeare struck the living lyre, and Milton sang with scarce inferior fire. Thus facile Pope our modern tongue refined, and Horace's to Homer's talents joined. Thus Thomas the revolving year reviewed, and shewed the changing charms of wold and wood. Thus gentle Goldsmith and the dismal Dean, with classic ease, served up their smiles, our spleen. Cowper's sad muse, enervate art displayed, and Wordsworth's prattle pained the heavenly maid. Yet through it all the poet throng she led, beauty and truth still beaming bright ahead. Immortal Keats the Olympian impulse knew, the hapless Poe kept Helicon in view. Sweet Tennyson melodic murmurs rolled, and shining Swinburne felt the flame of old. So from on high the noble notes we hear, when hark they fade, they pause, they disappear. Engulfing folly, spawn of febrile earth, destructive monster of unnatural birth, Aonia weeps as thy foul dictates sway the public fancy and the poet's lay. True art, like nature, variously glows, and every side in generous measure shows, surveys the scene with calm appraising eye, and sings its choicest features as they lie. No odd perspective lends eccentric tone, nor aimless musing takes its flight alone. The idle fancy and the vagrant mind in science, not in art, their province find. Artistic souls the earthly picture scan, paint what hath shown to centuries of man. Psychology the mental wanderer views, and Asclepius claims him not the muse. Yet see on every hand the antic train that swarm unchecked, and gibber o'er the plain. Here librist, cubist, spectrist forms arise, with foetid vapors cloud the crystal skies, are led by transient madness, rend the air, with shrieks of bliss and whinings of despair. Exempt from wit, each dullard pours his ink in odes To bathtubs are the kitchen sink. Bent on effect, they search their souls for themes, and spout disease are colic-troubled dreams. See to what depths a Lowell can descend, how masters can his guideless force expend. Here morbid gold inflict a limping tune. Our striving Sundberg bay the suffering moon. Distressed we watch the clownish chorus chant unmeaning nonsense and abhorrent cant. When through the gloom some reason is diffused, we mourn to think of so much sense unused. Undying Pallas, whose all-powerful rule exalts the artist and condemns the fool, whose gentle will made Grecian genius shine, and gave to Rome her majesty divine. Pardon the erring race which bade thee fly so lately to thine own Olympian sky. Descend once more to these celestial meads, to kindle art and ease our mortal needs. Instruct each bard in bright forgotten truth, and from his follies save aspiring youth. Unfold again the heaven-imparted code that shapes the lyric, pastoral, and ode. Pierian skill a second time confer on feeble man so prone to sink and err. And with kind patience teach his race anew to choose the good, the beautiful, the true. These boons, Athena, in thy mercy send to bless the few who still would call thee friend, the faithful few who with threnetic lays implore thy succor and diffuse thy praise. Offspring of Jove, may thy forgiving care reward our smoking altars and our prayer. And so, put your soul into your art, but pass on something other than sickness. Whether that's untruth or just, there's stuff wrong with life, even. And definitely in other terms, like what's wrong other than just what's, And some art, like one's body that one inhabits or whatever, there's degrees of sharing, you could say. So, yeah, I guess some of my art through the years hasn't been public for such reasons.